The Miami Dolphins have just taken another blow, folks, and this time it's to the depth chart at one of the most critical positions, quarterback. Jacksonville Jaguars threw a wrench into Miami's plans by snatching up C.J. Beathard from the Dolphins' practice squad. This isn't just a casual reshuffle, it leaves Miami with only two healthy quarterbacks, Tua Tagovailoa and Skylar Thompson. And let's be real, that's a razor-thin lineup at a position you can't afford to leave exposed. Now, some of you might be thinking, alright, but we still have Tyler Huntley, right? Well, yes and no. Huntley's technically still part of the team, but he's out of commission right now. Ever since that brutal October 20th game against the Colts, where he injured his throwing shoulder, he's been sidelined. This adds even more pressure on Miami's two remaining quarterbacks. If one of them takes a hit, things could unravel quickly for the Dolphins' offense. Let's talk Tua. He's had his own struggles with staying on the field, missing a chunk of games earlier this season because of a concussion. That absence was tough to swallow. However, since he's been back, Tua's shown he's still got that spark, like he's picked up right where he left off. His first game back? Solid. He threw for 234 yards, secured a touchdown, and, get this, didn't toss a single interception. That return performance against Arizona on October 27th was a statement, a message that Tua's here to lead this offense with precision and purpose. Then came the Bills game on November 3rd. A tough matchup, no doubt, but Tua held his ground and went 25 for 28 on passing attempts. That's serious accuracy right there. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a composure that gave fans hope that maybe, just maybe, the Dolphins' offense was finding its rhythm. The scoreboard lit up, 54 points over the last 2 games. That's firepower, people. But here's the rub. Even with the offense clicking, the Dolphins couldn't seal the deal and left both games with an L. And let's be blunt, the defense hasn't been holding up its end. Against Arizona, Miami's D allowed 28 points, and while that included a safety, it's still a rough stat to swallow. Then the defense came out against Buffalo and gave up 30 points. Buffalo's leading the AFC East, so we knew it would be a tough game. But when you see the offense putting up points like that, it's hard not to wonder what could have been if the defense had stepped up. Now, looking forward, the Dolphins aren't getting any breaks. Their next matchup is with the Los Angeles Rams on November 11th, and the Rams are on a hot streak with 3 wins in a row. The game's in LA, adding yet another layer of difficulty. Miami is walking into enemy territory, facing off against a team that's clicking on all cylinders. And now, with Beathard gone, there's even more urgency for Miami to bring in a backup quarterback. It's not ideal to be scrambling for QB depth in the middle of the season, but here we are. What's the game plan moving forward? One thing's for sure, the Dolphins can't afford to lose Tua again. We're past the point of hoping everything holds up. Now it's about taking action. We need Tua on the field for every single snap if Miami has any chance of staying competitive. Skylar Thompson might be the next man up, but he's still young, still learning. That's not a knock on Thompson, but everyone knows there's a difference between being a backup and being the one leading the charge every week. If Miami can't find a reliable QB to fill that backup spot, they're going to be walking a tightrope for the rest of the season. A single injury to Tua could mean shifting the entire offense around Thompson, which is a lot to ask of the young QB and might make the Dolphins vulnerable. And with teams like the Rams coming up, they're going to need every ounce of firepower and focus they can muster. In the end, the Dolphins are in a bit of a gamble here. They need to play smart with what they've got, but they also need to act fast to shore up any gaps in the lineup. One injury, one slip-up, and this season could take a turn Miami fans would rather not see. Let's hope the front office is already working the phones because, right now, the Dolphins are skating on thin ice. And in the NFL, the stakes don't get much higher than this.